whether your parents are Korean or, they're from the Middle East or from wherever, Asia, another part of Asia, and you're being treated like this and you feel like it's not fair, it really isn't fair and it's not right.
Yeah.
Just because your parents say this is what you're supposed to do and this is what you're expected of, and no, they don't have to say thank you or whatever. No, I just think that this is just a very old way of thinking and it's not right. She put some plants upstairs because she wanted them upstairs, but she had them on the floor. So Joseph found this like mid-century tiny little plant stand that I just had in my extra room. I was going to sell it, but I was like, maybe she might like it. So I put her plant and put it on, and I put it like where the stairway is because that's where she wanted it. And I was just like, if you don't like it, just throw it in the extra room. I just want to try it. But no, like, hey, like a text message, hey, thanks.
So you don't know if she likes it or not?
It's still there. So
if it's still there, it means that she likes it. Okay. Because homegirl will get rid of it if she doesn't like it.
Yes. She will move it right away. So yeah. Yeah, it's a good sign.
What she doesn't say.
It's like dealing with a teenager.
Yeah.
Like hot, cold. Can't communicate with them in any way. You try so many different ways to communicate with them, and they just... I'm not saying every teenager is like this, but it is like similar from what I hear from other parents talking about their teenagers. Like, I don't understand them.
I don't understand her.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. I mean, when you do talk with your mom, let's say just casually, like she were to walk in right now, what's the conversation go?
She talks about herself.
Just talks about herself and how bad the day is. You tell me that she's kind of negative and
I'll be like, hey mom, and then she'd be like, I brought my car all the way over here and then I had to take it all the way back because we're having roofing done, so she needs to move the car by 6 a.m. So I got her a parking permit so she can park in the front, so she doesn't have to move her car early in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's just like, not, hey, how are you doing? Like, how's your day? It just goes straight to her. And she thinks that's a conversation when she talks about herself. And I just get so fucking irritated by it. So fucking irritated. It's just hard to not believe that she's not a narcissist.
Because it seems like the conversation always revolves around her.
Yeah, it's not a fluid conversation
going back
and forth. Just like I take a little, you take a little.
Yeah.
We have this conversation. She needs to go back to elementary and learn what a conversation is.
Oh, gosh! So that's just how it is. How it is with your mom at the moment. It's just she comes in and it almost seems like you guys. I mean, obviously, you guys love each other and everything, but it just seems like there's this. Will there always be this wall?
Yeah, always. Sometimes it would seem like it's starting to erode, and I'll be really happy, like at a very high state. Like I'll be like, oh man, I'm so happy that I feel like we're progressing. But I'm to the point where I am jaded because there will be no progress. I have tried for 3.5 years to make progress. And it always comes to a point where I'm yelling at her, she's yelling at me, and I'm trying to keep it from getting to that point. So the best thing is that I don't see her. So what I do is I prepare everything before she comes home, right?
Yeah.
I do the juicing, I make her the food, whatever,
Yeah.
and I put it in containers, and then I put it on her, like, her dining seat area, right, on the table. And then I write a little note saying, hey, Oma, this is food for you. There's blah, blah, blah in the fridge. And I just come upstairs and I can hear her coming in. And then I just close my windows so I don't have to hear any of that.
Oh, That's all. I mean, that's so sweet. There's sweetness behind that all, like all those gestures that you're doing, you know. But
Yeah.
yet you still can't just sit down and have a
No.
heart-to-heart conversation with her.
No, because everything she'll tell me is just like negative.
And
about herself.
And it gets to you, and that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It gets to me so hard. Sorry about
It's okay.
that. Yeah, it gets to me so hard. But again, I feel like maybe it's supposed to happen. Maybe I'm not supposed to be really close to my mom, and there's so many years in my life where I didn't accept it.
Mm-hmm.
I think now I'm finally accepting it.
Accepting what? Exactly.
That me and my mom are just not meant to be close.
Hmm.
You know, and I should just like let it go, I think. I told you last week I was tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of trying so hard. I'm tired of dealing with her, and she's a vampire. She is an emotional vampire, an energy vampire.
Yeah.
I feel so tired when I'm around her. But yes, a part of me is telling me you need to try harder, but I have tried. I mean, I see the difference in myself since when I first came here.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a old video of myself that I took.
Yeah.
And I just had so much more energy. But yes, I'm older. I'm 3 years older.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what's been happening within these 3 years is because I've been putting my energy taking care of my mom, just putting so much energy in her and not enough for myself.
Yeah.
And that's where the depression comes in from, that I was split. Hey, I need to take care of my mom because she's ill.
Mm-hmm.
But look at me now. Like, I'm just picking up the pieces of myself right now. And I can't do that again.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That's the thing. Like, you're putting all your efforts into trying to take care of somebody and looking out for that person and just doing everything you can to make sure their needs are met. And then while putting your needs in the back burner and not really paying attention to yourself, I can see how after some time that just gets to you after a while, you know? And just how exhausting that is.
It's exhausting, and it's crazy to me that she doesn't even remember that I took care of her. That's the part that really irks me. I mean, don't give me praise every day, but you just not remembering 6 or 7 times. I told you there's times where like I had to carry her, lead her to the bathroom and put her on the toilet.
Yeah.
And she's telling me she doesn't remember any of that.
Okay.
And I am shocked. She doesn't remember that I took care of her and Joshua at the same time.
Wow.
Which is very odd to me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make this very, like, we're going to have as little contact as possible.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, that's just sad that she really can't even acknowledge when you're helping her.
Yes.
She can't even acknowledge that fact. It always seems like, it feels like the way the relationship is like you owe me.
Oh yeah. You owe everything me. You're doing for me, I deserve it. That's what she's thinking in her head.
It's no, it's like a matter of fact. Like, yeah, of course you're supposed to do that for me because you're my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, that's the mentality. But just because, family, you're your family, that's your mom and everything, nothing should ever be expected. Like, there's never should be like, because once you start expecting from people and like having this high expectation and all these expectations on somebody, and that person doesn't meet it, or they do meet it but you expect it, so it's not a big deal to you, then it's sad, because then the other person starts to feel kind of taken advantage of, I would think, right?
Oh yeah, I feel as though she just gave birth to me to have like a slave,
Oh.
to be honest, which is like, it sucks. It sucks to feel like that. And then the reason why I'm sharing this very personal story of mine is that I know I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people. I mean, whether your parents are Korean or, you know, they're from the Middle East or from wherever, Asia, another part of Asia, and you're being treated like this and you feel like it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't fair and it's not right.
Yeah.
Just because your parents say this is what you're supposed to do and this is what you're expected of, and no, they don't have to say thank you or whatever. No, I just think that this is just a very old way of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not right.
Yeah.
And I mean, this has really affected me mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I'm sharing the stories, because yes, it sucks. And maybe it might sound like I'm, you know, just sharing my story to get pity from people, but it's really not. It's really what's fucking happening in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to like reach out to people out there that's dealing with the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate, but it's happening. And I mean, I feel like when you give birth to a kid, I feel like that's already like you giving birth to someone. You have to make an oath that you're okay with whatever's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You decided that once you decide to have the kid.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mold this kid to be exactly who you want them to be. They're going to be who they want to be. And I feel like just like how doctors or anyone in medical personnel take an oath to take care of whoever patient they have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what parents should do too. It's like, hey, I'm deciding to bring this person into the world, but I give my promise that I am going to let them live their life.
Yeah.